So here we go then, another week of vlogs coming up. I know there was one new subscriber as well overnight, so we are slowly growing. I'm going to look back and see how long we've been doing this now. I'm thinking at least 3 weeks, possibly it's the month, I'm not sure. Yes, I was expecting more growth. All the gurus on YouTube tell you, just keep at it, post regularly, be on time, be consistent, start something new, follow the trend. Yeah. Sadly, what the gurus tell you online isn't quite true, but when I talk to you, at least we get the truth. So anyway, on to matters happier, I think. The case people, by the way, from last week came back to me today and said, yeah, they got tight budgets and they hope to do something with me in the future. That was when I talked to you about at Canary Wharf last week. Had a brilliant meeting with Espresso Displays yesterday. Really good meeting with them. So that's all in hand. I like those guys so much, and we had a really interesting discussion. In fact, it's interesting. Over the weekend, I was working on a written piece for Clean My Mac. As you know, they paid me to write rather than do a video. And when I was talking with Espresso, they were saying on their analytics they've noticed that because of things like Claude and ChatGPT now, people are looking for written SEO work or written work with SEOs in it, so that when you're in ChatGPT, it can just link you to an article, which made complete sense. As soon as he said that, I said, well, that's obviously Clean My Mac has seen the same thing as well, and that's why they were paying me to write. So it's almost as if the video platform is slightly falling behind now because of people want references to written words. So if you're in the middle of writing a report for work and you want reference to whatever, it takes you to a written piece, such as mine on my website. So if you're looking for how to protect your Mac, or a story I will now be writing is portable displays for Mac, because I've got SEO and my data can be scraped and found quite quickly and easily, it makes complete sense now when he told me that written content's really important. As he said, the benefit I've got is that I'm across platforms, so I think I need to lean into the writing more. So the story for Clean My Mac is written. As soon as I've done this and uploaded this, then I'm going to go and look at. I wrote it on Saturday, proofed it first time yesterday. I'm going to reread it again today, drop some images in, and once I've done that, then I'll send it off to them to proof, and then hopefully they're happy with it. I think it actually reads a good story because I'm trying to tread that line between it being clearly a written piece. They're paying me to mention their service, their software, their app. But I need to tread the line carefully so it doesn't just smack of being a in-your-face advert. And I think it's quite well written, actually. And funnily enough, if you've known me for any length of time, you'll know that I nearly got taken by somebody that purported to be Fiji Water years ago. It was the nearest I've come to being taken, scammed with malware. Luckily, Clean My Mac did actually genuinely save my day, and it was a water company. And over the weekend, as I was writing this piece, another email from another water company, pretend water company, landed. So I'm going to screenshot that and include it in the story as well. You just have to be so vigilant all the time. The main thing I wanted to write about today, actually, was yes, I'm at home. You've seen me in the studio before. Change of plans today. I'm not sure if I'm going to go into London yet today. I'll get back to that in a moment. I'm in two minds. I kind of woke up, I think I'm not going to make the video about this week, and I'll tell you about that in a second. And it's just how I go about it. But anyway, first of all, back to all those gurus telling you the wonderful life that YouTube brings you. Did you watch that Matti Harpoya video last week? I really enjoyed it, but he just made it sound so simple to be a success. Clearly it isn't. But equally, I just wanted to say to you that YouTube and starting the channel really did change me, massively change me. When I was in my radio days and all through for much of my life, I've never had any issues with agoraphobia or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I can sit on a plane, train, car, it's not an issue. I don't mind that. I just never yearned to do it. I was quite happy doing everything at home. I don't particularly like people. I've never counted myself as being particularly social. Again, not that I can't be sociable, it's just I like my own company, so this kind of work suits me very well. But doing YouTube has suddenly opened up this whole world to me. I really look forward to travelling now. The old me, if I'd suddenly said, oh, I might get on the train to London today, it would have been, well, I would never use the train because I would have wanted to be in my car so I didn't have to be near people or talk to people. Painting a great picture of myself, aren't I? And secondly, I didn't really know London all that well. Now I can sit here and say to you, I might get on the train later, camera bag's packed, it's good to go, and that's a complete change for me, and I yearn for that. When I went to CES, it wasn't just the CES, it was the travelling part. I really want to travel. I'm really hoping that the channel grows enough that I get some budget and that I can travel some more. So YouTube has definitely opened me up as a person. It's broadened my horizons. It's made me want more out of my life. It's changed the person that I am. And also because of YouTube and using cameras, I suddenly found this new passion, this brand new passion I've got for photography. I live for my days, of going out and shooting. I absolutely adore them. I had 2 pictures featured on the same day by Adobe Lightroom last week. And if it hadn't been for YouTube, I would never have picked up a camera, and then I would never have found in time that I really enjoy shooting and really enjoy cameras and the art of photography. So I just wanted to say that although I'm struggling financially at the moment, hard times, the actual fact that I picked up the camera and started a YouTube channel and found this new me, I'm convinced it's knocked years off me. It's my birthday this coming Sunday. It's not the big one, quite, but I'm convinced it's knocked years off me. Yes, I'd hoped it'd been slightly better or easier to make some money and make a living. I still believe that at the end of this, when it all shakes down, I will be better off. I think I'll be a better creator for it. Even the reels that I'm doing now, it's just everything, I've got this whole digital thing, this whole life that I'm creating now. And I'm going to try and lean into my personality a bit. I think sometimes my personality isn't what comes through enough. I know that I actually can be quite a funny person. And I think on these vlogs, you might get more of an idea of the person I am when I'm not having to be a little bit more formal on the main videos. And I was watching that Pete's done some brilliant stuff recently, but he's also done some weird things. But because, Peter McKinnon is one of my inspirations. And when he was doing that almost podcast thing with Kirk, his former editor, last week, they were saying, well, look, we run a photographic channel, and yet we make videos about a pencil case. Okay, I'm not going to go that extreme. But I just wondered if I could open up the platform a little bit and just make it a little bit more about trying to show my character. Maybe if I can show my character and get people to buy into me and invest into me, like you guys are doing with the vlog, which I really loved. I can just sit here and talk to you because I can do this anywhere. And so that's why I suddenly thought, I'll just sit on the sofa and I'll make your video. It's nice to welcome you into my home. You see me at the studio, and you see me in the studio at home. You see me at the studio, my studio. Now you see me in my living room where I sit every night and watch TV and eat dinner and stuff. It's just nice to welcome you in. So I'm going to try and open up a little bit more. I've definitely got better this year at talking to the camera because there's no scripts. There's a couple of bullet points, and I just talk. As you know, I lean into that benefit of being able to talk. So I'm going to just try and open up a bit more and show my personality and character a bit more. 2 things I wanted to mention before. So all in all, I'm just saying I'm really glad I've done this. It's harder than I thought, way harder than I thought, and it is quite brutal. And today I kind of woke up in this fog of almost thinking I'll take a week out, which clearly I won't do and can't do. And I did work all weekend on the story. But there was 2 things I wanted to mention just before I wrap up today. Tim Cook famously answers every email that's sent to him. So yours truly wrote tcook@apple.com an email on Saturday and just said, let me into your events at London, please. So I'll let you know what happens. It was a nicely well-written email. Obviously, the fact I can write helps. It was a well-written email. Clearly no response yet, but I'll let you know if in time I get a response from Colonel Tim or not. I know he's got quite a few other bigger, larger, more important matters going on than an email for me. But everyone says, and it's easy to find his email address, everyone says, and it didn't bounce back or anything, so I think it's been delivered. Now, maybe it gets sort of sent off to a team of his, and then the team filter through and only, either they reply on his behalf or they filter through ones. But it's a sort of email that I can imagine being read out at WWDC about, how they've been inspiration, blah, 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 blah. And it's true, because I said, without the iPhone, I would never have found photography. The iPhone Pro taught me the basics of photography, and then from that I began to use the camera. So, and clearly I love Apple gear and spend a fortune on it. So anyway, I wrote an email to Tim at the weekend. I will let you know about that. And also, there was a brilliant video I watched at the weekend, actually. I can't remember. It was a design studio. YouTube did a really good job of finding that on the algo and sending me it. It was an Italian partner of a design company. They've got offices all around the world. They were showing the New York office, and it was just fantastic. So he talked about fonts and colours and design, and it was really my kind of shtick. And also, it was the attention to detail reminded me of Peter McKinnon. So what I'm going to do is send a link of that video to Peter. Again, I'm just trying everything, and say, you will love this, Peter. You should really watch this, because they even did this tiny little miniature book thing, which is right up Peter's street. I'm just going to say, when you set up an interview with him or go and record him, the deal is I go with you. So I'm going to try that in a minute as well. And there was something else I was going to mention that just came to mind from that video. No, it slipped my mind. And then on to what I was going to... yes, Peter's video last week. He has his MacBook in... This is honestly no word of lie true. He has his MacBook in clamshell mode. Now, I don't. My MacBook is open, as it is right now at the moment where I've been working on it. But when I close it, I've kept the original piece of tissue paper that came with the MacBook so that the grease and muck from the keyboard doesn't go onto the screen. And believe it or not, he does exactly the same. He puts a little microfiber cloth over the keyboard. It just made me smile because I thought I am not alone in being such a massive nerd. But I've got the original piece of tissue paper that came with the Mac to cover my keyboard. And then on to today's video, this week's video. What I think I might do is show the iPhone 17e and the iPad mini together as working companions. And I was thinking sort of show myself travelling up to London with it. I'd be hotspotting from the phone to the iPad. So I'd be watching content because of the 17e using a hotspot from that. I'd be answering email and stuff from the iPad. I'd be watching content on the train on the iPad. And then somebody said last week about my camera settings. So I thought if I was to go to London again, probably back to Canary Wharf, because it's like a movie set there. It's so specially clean. It's amazing. And I thought if I just took some time to take better pictures with the 17e, just to show how good it is. And what I could do, having taken pictures last week, I know some of the locations, I could just go and reshoot those purely on the iPhone 17e and take time to really show the phone off well this week and just make it happen. Does that sound like a plan to you? Because I'm a little bit light on ideas. You get all these stories that creators have months and months of content planned out. I don't, as you know, I work week to week. Last week's video, everyone that's seen it really liked that organic kind of me battered and bruised and windblown, and you could see that it was genuinely being out and about and being used. So I just thought, well, maybe following that. Again, it hasn't taken off. It hasn't done amazingly well. So 3,500, 25 subs out of it. I think that promotion's ended, by the way, and I think it got me 300 subs. Doesn't feel particularly good because they're not really genuine subs, but hey, I was honest about it with you. But anyway, so that's what I'm thinking about this week's video. I meant to have a meeting with the accountant today, but again, it's a video meeting, so I can kind of do that anywhere. And ironically, being in the financial district, it seems almost appropriate to have a meeting with the accountant. That's meant to be at 4 o'clock, so I'm thinking of working for the next couple of hours. I think I've switched to an analog watch, by the way, so I haven't actually set the time on it yet. But what is the time now? I think it must be about 11ish, something like that. What is the time? It is, just before 11 o'clock. So I'm going to get this uploaded. I've got a couple of other bits of admin to do. I've already edited the photo today. It was a look-up shot of the HSBC Tower from the ground up. So yeah, that's kind of my Monday thoughts. Glad I started the channel. It's changed me as a person. I'm sure it's knocked years off me. I'm a nerd and I keep a bit of tissue paper on my Mac keyboard. And I'm thinking of a video about the 17e and iPad mini. There you go. That's Monday. Let me know what you think. And if you've just subscribed, thank you ever so much. Share it out. Let's just show YouTube what can be done just by being natural and just by not chasing advertisers and sponsors and just sitting talking. Surely YouTube should be something to do with bringing people together, right? Let's prove we can do it. Let's us be a special band and prove that we can do it. Anyway, that's me done. I will speak to you tomorrow. Who knows from where? Who knows about what? But you can rest assured I will speak to you tomorrow.